Good evening to each and every one of us. Thank you so much for joining me. And it's your girl, Yonnie Unfiltered, and we are here with another podcast. And this week's episode, we are looking at when someone only shows up when it benefits them. That's our topic for today. We are going to be discussing this. If you have anything to say, feel free to unmute yourself and speak. All right, so let's get right into this. And here, before we go any further, let me introduce my panel. We have Stacey Ellis. We have Mr. Wiseman. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's get into this discussion segment. This is one of those conversations where we are going to not sugarcoat anything. This is real, this is uncomfortable, and for some of you, this might hit a little close to home. Today, we are talking about people who only show up when it benefits them. And I don't want surface answers today. I want honest, I want reflection, and I want you to really ask yourself, where am I in this situation? Let's start simply. I want you to think about someone in your life right now. Don't say their name out loud, but you know exactly who I'm talking about. Now ask yourself this. Do I feel valued by this person? Or do I just feel needed? Because there's a difference. Being valued means they show up for you. Being needed means they show up when they need something. Now let's go a little deeper. If you stop reaching out completely, would this relationship still exist? Be honest with yourself. So the floor is open now. You can go ahead and mute yourself and you can answer these questions as you wish. Do I feel valued by this person or do I just feel needed? You don't have to say the name. You don't have to say, anything to show out who the person is, but you can just speak from, it can be a friend, it can be your coworker, it can be anyone that you wish to talk about. So let's get right into this. You can unmute and speak.
Yeah, Yoni, to
Mm-hmm.
be honest, with you, this topic is very good this night because this
Uh-huh.
thing has been happening to me for a long time now. It has been happening to me. It makes me to neglect my own personal issues and focus on friends who doesn't mean well for me. They
Okay.
don't mean well. All they want is the one that they only want, they are only selfish, they are only being selfish.
Right.
So it has hurt me so much to the point that I said I'm not doing again. And to be honest with you, since last year I've I've just gotten myself out of how many relationship, how many
Mm-hmm.
friendship that has been so toxic. These
Right.
friends of mine, they're not women, they are male. My male friends have been this type of people that like to extort from you, they like to get something from you, but when you need anything from them, they will just vanish.
Mm-hmm.
So um last year I was able to deal with about two of them last year. I have only few friends, and this year there is the one I wanted to do away with last year, but that one insisted. I thought, hey, I told my girl, hey, look at what this person is doing. She said, okay, let's give him a little chance. Maybe he has changed. But guess what? This thing happened last week. The thing that happened last week just proved to us that this person has never changed. He's still there. That his mentality has never changed. It's still there. So When you are dealing with somebody like that, only this thing that comes for you when they need something from you. You don't need to be in such a distant relationship. You don't need to be in such friendship, such cycle. You don't need to be there. All you need to do is just because your own self, you're supposed to take care of yourself. You're supposed to keep friends that can help you whenever you need something from them as well. Not somebody that will all these they call them these are parasitic friends that will be there to be getting from you why you are the host, why they will not you will not benefit anything from them. So you don't need to keep them around you because it leads to destruction. That's what I will tell you. And when they destroy you, when they see you are going down, you are sinking, they will not be there for you. All they will do is just to flee away. They want to see you down, and it doesn't only happen in I mean in your this house external friends. It happen even in the family. In your family, you might have a family that likes to what they want is just to get from you. You might have a family that anytime you have this like you have something, they'll be there for you. They will cherish it, call you this in a sweet name just to get it from you. But when you are facing challenges, all of them they will flee. You will not see any of them. It happens in the family. It happens in your works in your workspace. In your working place, you might meet some people there, your colleagues. They might be there because of what you will give to them, what they are benefiting from you. But once they stop benefiting anything from you, you see them, all of them will just leave you. It happened in the family. It happened in your this in your working place. It happened everywhere. So what what I would say is this: if you are facing such this thing as such a scenario, what you have to do is just to put yourself in order and do away with those distant friends and the family distant members that only like to get from you. Plan yourself very well because when you fall, if you keep keeping these people around you, they're not going to benefit you anything. When you fall, they will be the first person to tell you the reason why you fall. They'll be the first person to criticize you. So that's how it is. So in order for you to avert that, you have to keep them away and manage yourself. That's what I have to say on this.
Thank you very much. Okay, you can go.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. The situation. I have the same situation here. Just like a friend of mine last year, she was going through some sickness, and I was there like all through. And there was a time that I felt sick, so I called them. I was feeling sick, and from the moment I said I was sick, the phone hung up. I text, didn't get a reply, called, no answer. Until today, I've never heard back from that friend. And it's been a friend for like 4, 5, 6 years now. And I don't hear back from that friend. So now I'm realizing that the friendship was only beneficial to her because I was able to move to and from with her when she needed company. But now it's my turn, and she's a no-show. So in life, I don't know. This relationship thing. Some people don't believe that it should be mutual. I don't know if they think that they're in a better position than another person. Why they think it should be one-sided on their side for their benefit and not for others.
Okay, all right. So thank you very much for sharing. So
I
now,
understand it for so long, and
Mhm.
now I'm happy that I have the opportunity to join your podcast, Yannick. so I'll be able to understand what it's really about. So I'm here really happy today to be a part of this. So you can continue and I'll be here listening.
Okay, thank you very much. You can go ahead and mute. All right. So, Kimberly, for the fact that you weren't here, the topic that we are talking about is, do I feel valued by this person or do I just feel needed? Right? So, here we are. These are some of the issues that we face in relationship, be it your workplace, be it your real relationship like with your partner, or it can be a friend of yours or whomever. But we are here to talk about situations that really affect us and how we can go ahead and try to navigate through these process. So if you have anything that you want to share or you want to be a part of, you can go ahead. Feel free, unmute yourself and speak. So let's continue. All right. If you stop reaching out completely, would this relationship still exist? Be honest with yourself. Not what you hope, not what you think it should be, what it actually is. And here's another one. Do you feel emotionally safe with them or just emotionally responsible for them? That's one hit different. But because some of you aren't in relationships, you're in emotional responsibilities. So that's the reason why you don't know if you feel emotionally safe with them or it's just emotionally responsible for them. Now we're about to get real honest. Have you ever complained about being used while you still continue to say yes? Because it's easy to point fingers, but hard to look in the mirror. Are you setting boundaries or are you still silently hoping they'll change without saying anything? Because silence doesn't create change, it creates patterns. Have you trained this person to treat you the way you want to be treated by always being available? That's the hard one. Because sometimes the behavior we don't like is the behavior we don't like is the behavior we have been allowing. Do you struggle, sorry to say, no because you fear losing them or because you feel guilty choosing yourself? Now let me ask you this. Why does choosing yourself feel like a problem? Who taught you that? Let's go deeper into this mindset. Question. Why do you feel obligated to show up for people who don't show up for you? I need you to respond now to these questions because here we are with the real discussion questions. Why do you feel obligated to show up for people who don't show up for you? Or have you been doing that? Let me hear your answers. Feel free to unmute and speak.
Hello. You need to be honest with you. I would say that sometimes, not that we want to, situations do lead us into that. For example, if you're having some family members that what they always want is just to benefit from you, they will not. They're not ready. They're not willing to help you in any way. So, what do you think you would do? Will you hear that your family member, maybe you are somebody that loves family members very well, will you hear that this person is facing such challenges and you take because of this thing you say no? Sometimes our hands are this now being tired to do these things. So for me, when you realize this, what you need to do is you have to set your boundaries. When you realize that it's good to help your family members, and when you are facing challenges to your family members, None of them were able to help you at that moment. What you have to do when you recover from it, you set your boundaries, and they also learn how to this thing control your emotions, because sometimes your emotions lead us into that. Secondly, as for friends, external friends, it is very easy to control it, but when it comes to family, I would say that it's a bit difficult, because I've been in that situation. It's a very big difficult thing to control in family, because you might be controlling it. The person that has been there for you in the family will be pushing you to do. Imagine that maybe you guys are this thing are five in your family. Out of that five, two of them are okay with you. They help you whenever you're facing challenges, and the other three doesn't care. And one of these threes faces a difficult time, and you said, I am not going to do anything, I'm not going to involve myself in it. But you remember that you have two that has always come true for you when you are facing challenges, and that too would be like, hey brother, you have to do this thing because it's necessary thing to do. Are you going to ignore or overlook what these people are telling you just to feel free? No, sometimes you have to consider these things, because some of them are being true for you. So you have to, and that's why I say it's very difficult to control in the family. But as for external friends, then it's very easy to control. That's what I have to say. So in that case, what you need to do is you need to be your mind, be yourself. You need to be yourself, and don't allow anybody to push you around. Don't allow anybody to push you around in family, and do the ones you'll be able to do that you no regret tomorrow. Leave the rest for God. That's what I have to say in this. Thank you.
Very good. I really appreciate what you said. I really appreciate what you said about the setting the boundaries, because many of us in relationship, we don't know when to draw the line. We don't know how to teach people to accept us and to be appreciative, because here you are, keep doing stuff, assisting in whatever way you can, but then will another person go that extra mile for you? Will they even consider what you have done to be really good, and it's something to show appreciation? Because sometimes when we do things, it's out of the love that we have, because I believe that personally you love people, so you try to be there and try to always show up for them. But then in the same breath, I think a little appreciation goes very far away, and it should be the way in which people look in today's society, instead of feeling that, oh, if I do this, I'm obligated to do it, so therefore doing it doesn't mean that I should show a level of, oh, I appreciate. Because when you genuinely appreciate, that means so much to a person. You understand? So when you say about boundaries, a lot of persons don't understand that they need to set boundaries in these relationships. You need to teach people how to treat you. You need to allow people to feel like, listen, I'm not going to tolerate this from you. So if you don't see it as important for you to respect me, show me that you care, well, I don't see any need of being in this. Understand? So I think it goes a far way, and we need to come back to the basic style of relationship where we learn to appreciate, respect, and set our boundaries. That's what I think. Anyone else has anything to say? So we can move on to the next question. Do you believe your worth is tied to how much you can do for others? Do you believe your worth is tied to how much you can do for others? Because if that's the case, you will always attract people who take. So if that's the case, you always attract persons who will just take and not want to give or be there for you in any way.
No, a true relationship is supposed to be in this thing, supposed to be balanced. When you receive, you'll be willing to give. When you are given, you'll be willing to, reciprocate.
Right.
When you are not willing to reciprocate, that's when the relationship is not. There's nothing like relationship there. That's I mean, you are now the a parasite attacking your host. You are now making another person while you are there enjoying everything. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
free of charge. So when such thing happens, you as the host, you need to take your leave. You don't need to be in such cycle because it's not going to help you. It's not going to develop you in any way. The reason why
Right.
I'm saying this is there was when I was this out of my country, I had this friend. He's my childhood friend, and my family. My family are living in the east, and they wanted to send me something through DHL, some food stuff. My Nigerian visa, my Igbo food stuff. They wanted to send it to me through DHL, and they have to give it to that my friend, send it to that my friend in Lagos to help them post it to my this my the country where I was this time residing, and they give him this thing. When the guy received the thing, he told me, "Hey, brother, I received what your mom sent to you before he received it. He told me that he has to go to the park. When he get to the park, from where he's staying to the park is a bit long, but that it will take him almost a day to go and get those things from the park. And when he get it from the park, he told me that he spent 50,000 getting the thing from the park and lodging and all these things. So I said, okay, there's no problem. My most concern is that I wanted to lay my hand on those things because they are material food stuff from my mom, which is my Igbo distant food stuff, and I like them so much. I've made them so much. So I said, okay, it doesn't mean then how much will it cost to send them? He took them to the DHL, and he told me I have taken them to DHL. They are telling me that to send those foodstuffs to you, it will cost you was it 300 something thousand? I said that 380 something thousand. I said 380 something thousand is too much, and he said that's what they are saying. I said okay. I didn't bother to ask him, hey, show me the picture because I know he's my childhood friend from the same community. I know that he will not do me. I thought he will not be able to do me anything bad. So I said, okay. I told him, okay, give me your account. Let me transfer the money. I transferred the 386,000 to him. Transferred the 386,000 to him. He told me that he's going to send it now. After a day, I called him again. He said that he has posted it. I asked him, send me the receipt and the tracking destination code so that I'll be able to know where the thing has reached and I'll be able to know when to, because of my work. And he said, okay. He did not collect any tracking code. That's when I know that something is missing, something is very wrong here. Ask him, how will you put something in this at DHL? You didn't they didn't give you this tracking code and you are back. Well, okay, where is the receipt? I know you might not know where the tracking code is. Where is the receipt? Give me the receipt. Let me. He said they did not give him any receipt. That's when I know that everything. Make use of myself. So I push the matter forward. I try everything possible. He started giving me numbers. Call this person. Call this person. That's what I did. After at the end of the day, they started charging me again and say you have to pay so amount. We are coming to deliver the thing at the DHL and these are the custom holders. They have collected our this. They have seized your food stuff. I say seize my food stuff for DHL is giving me this excuse. That's when I know that that has resolved to another thing. Then they want to use that method to scam me. So I have to pause it there. I told the boy, this thing we have been friends for a long time. We did not start now. Why will you be doing all these things to me? And he said he'd do anything that the people he gave me their number, this and that. At the end of the day, I have to let him be. I called the family, I complained to them. The family could not give me any reasonable answer. I have to let them be. Then now, last year early last year, he called me and he started apologizing. It's been over 1 year he did that. After like 1 year he did it, he called me back and started apologizing. After apologizing, then I told him, you know what, I am not going to kill you, I'm not going to fight you, but the only thing is that you've taken what my mom gave to me, you've taken my money, then you did it, you deal with it. I'm not going to, as for relationship, we are done. So that's how it is. Why did I bring up this story? I bring up this story because sometimes we might face these similar challenges from our friends, from people we grow up together with, and we might find it difficult to to just pull out of such this and such situation, because yeah, it requires this thing. It requires this thing a decision for you to just get out of it like that, because you grow up with this person. You guys have been together when you are little till all of you grow up together. So it might be a bit difficult for you to get yourself out of that mess. But you have to take a very strong decision, because nobody is going to help you when you are not doing well. They will only come for you when they see that something good is going to come out of it. So just be yourself. Don't allow people to push you around emotionally. And don't allow your emotion to control you, to make you do things that you will live to regret tomorrow. That's what I have to say on this. Thank you.
Okay. And I must truly say, I agree with you, because at least you took a stand there. You showed him that you don't appreciate what he did. So, therefore, in doing that, you are allowing him to understand that you're not just going to take anything from him simply because he's a family member of yours, or simply because of the friendship that he had from you were a child, you were growing up together. So, that is a powerful message right there. All right. Are you more comfortable being needed than being genuinely valued? Because being needed can feel important, but it's not the same as being respected. Do you think that because you are you more comfortable being needed than being genuinely valued? Do you think both work together or should work together? Or you think from you are needed, or it's okay not to be valued? What do you say on that?
Needed, even somebody that doesn't respect you might need your service. Then you
Right,
have to recognize, because that's what you have for. So when you are being needed, anybody can need you at any time.
right,
As someone that doesn't have principles, if you are giving, if you are giving into such things all the time, it means that you will never be valued in what you
mhm,
do in your space of work. So it's better you set that boundary. People
right,
will know people will know your limit, and they will value it. It's better you set your boundary. People will know what you are capable of, what you can do at a particular time. Then they will just deal with it, even if whether it's good, it is good for them or it is not good. They know that this person, look at whom this person is, and they respect that fact. So that's being needed is very different from being genuinely valued. If they value you, they will respect your boundaries. Even when they need you most, their need will not go against your own value. That's what I have to say there. It's better
right.
they value you than needing you all the time.
Right, that is true. And I think that both work hand in hand, because if I'm being needed, then I will be genuinely valued, because you see me not as someone you can run to when you are in need, but someone who you see as a friend, a partner, a true representative of who a real friend or a real person is. So I think both of them work hand in hand, and you can't do one without the other. Do you ignore the red flags because the connections you feel is familiar?
Yeah, Rennie, I've hinted on this topic before. I said that
Mhm.
when I said that family, sometimes family, I made mention of family. You see, when we are talking about red flag, it doesn't matter who is this is going against your red flag.
Mhm.
Even if it's your partner, the person you are living with, when that person goes contrary to that, you tell the person, look, at you have stepped on my toes, I don't need it
Mhm.
again. And
Right,
that if that person ignores you, then that's when you know that that person doesn't mean well for you. It
right,
also happens in family. If your family member steps on your toes, you tell the person, no, don't do that again, I don't like it, it hurts. And that person ignores your this and your you at that moment, then you know that yes, he doesn't care about my welfare. Then you have to let go. So you have to stick to your to your self this thing word than going, trying to bring everybody into the picture. Trying to carry everybody along. No, you have to, you have to, men- I mean, if anybody goes around your, I guess your this and your red flag, you have to put that person off and continue your movement, because this life is for you in the little word of yourself. That's how it is. Nobody is coming for you. You have to fight for yourself.
Okay, that is so true. All right. So now let's strip this down all the way down now. So here's another question. If someone only contacts you when they need something, are they are really a part of your life or just using access to it? Do you think that people who really mean you good in life, they only come around when they need something or use you as access?
No, no, I would say that these people, if anybody comes to you when they need you, that person doesn't have any value for you. So you don't have to, tolerate such. You have to put them in their distance, in their leave them in their space. Don't even tolerate it, because if you can't finish it if you start it. So
Right.
that's a big no for me.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yes.
a big no. Yeah.
All right. So, welcome, welcome for those who are just joining us. We are here talking about our familiar topic that when someone only shows up when it benefits them. And here's the question that we are on. So, we are saying that if someone only contacts you when they need something, someone only contacts you when they need something, are they really part of your life or just using access to it? What's your answer? What's your take on that? And I must say, I agree with you, Mr. Wiseman, because guess what? A lot of person would feel, even in today's society, and let me be open, a lot of persons today would share the same sentiment. Most people don't see friends as who they were back in the days. You probably would hear your parents talking about, oh, friends and good people they were back in. Many of these people in today's society, they are not genuine and they show no level of respect. Some of them, if even if you try to set your own boundaries so that they don't cross that limit, they tend to just feel as if it's okay for me to just do anything because they have no conscience and they don't care about you. I'm not sure if persons are seeing the same or feel the same way, but to me, I think real friends, it varies now. Like, it's just a handful you can get from real people who are there with you, because some of them they'll pretend with you and they're not genuinely real with you. All right. So, would you accept this behavior from someone new, or are you only tolerating it because of history? Because history as a way of keeping people in place they're outgrown. So, do you agree with that, Mr. Wiseman? That would you accept the behavior from person simply because the person is new, or you're only tolerating it because of the history that's behind it?
Now, both the person is new or
Mhm.
would find it because of history. No history words are that of family, because if you will be able to say no to your family member, I think you can equally say no to any other person outside there. So it shouldn't be because of history. It shouldn't be because the person is new. Because what that person cannot do at that moment means that it's not part of his life. If that person is a parasite, you will know it from the beginning. If that person is there for a true relationship, true friendship, then you will know it from the beginning. So if that person cannot respect you from the beginning, it means that even if you give him chance till 10, 20 years to come, that person will still take you for granted. So you have to first of all set your boundaries from the beginning, so that the person will know this is what this person likes, this is what this person will tolerate, and this is what he will not tolerate, he or she will not tolerate. Then he will do it if it's good for him. If he's okay with it, then he will continue. If he's not okay, then he has to excuse you. That's what I'll have to say.
Okay, so and I totally agree with you. All right, because history as a way of keeping people in place, they have outgrown. So I really agree with you on that. So it says, if roles were reversed, would you show up for you? Would they show up for you the way you show up for them? It can be your partner, it can be your friend, it can be a co-worker. You are just gonna, I just need a story with this that you would have experienced before. Because here we are on Yonnie Unfiltered, where we are talking about practical real life, where people are scared of being open about. You don't have to call names, you don't have to say who the person is, but just give a breakdown of something or a situation that you would have found yourself in that.
Okay, Yoni, I didn't get the question very well. I didn't get what you said here
All
very
right.
well.
So
Come.
if the roles were reversed, would you show up, would they show up for you the same way you showed up for them? So let me take you back to where you mentioned the young man. I think you said it was their classmate, right? That you grew up together, so you're fully aware of the person, and like he was given something from your mommy to take to you, something of that sort, right? But if that was to be reversed, would they show up for you the way you would have done it to them? Do you think you would have done a better job in handing over whatever was given for you to hand over to him? Would you have done a better job in that case, or would it be the other way around? How would you describe that?
Yeah, the truth is this: if this person is your friend, as you said, if you guys are truly friends, you have to be there for each other. Friendship is not all about benefits, and you have to suffer. When you know that the person you are suffering for understands your suffering. Do you understand? So if I happen to be in his position, I was given something to send to him. I will do my best to make sure the thing reach him safely. I will not compromise it in any way, because I know that if those things reach him, it will help him there as well. And if things go well for him tomorrow, he will not forget me as a true friend. But as in my own case, he didn't do what he's supposed to do. That's why I have to let him go, let him be. So that's it. If it's me, I will do everything possible. I will do everything possible to make sure. Even if I have my own money, I will not even bother asking him send money for me to post the materials or the this and the stuff to you. No, I will do it with my own money. So knowing that he's a true friend. And so that's what I will answer on that.
Very good. All right. Are you calling it connection when it's really just convenient? Whatever the situation is, are you calling it connection when it really is just convenience?
No, no. If it's not convenient for you, um, it's no use. There's nothing like connection when it's not convenient for you. For me, there's nothing like connection when it's not convenient for me.
Okay. All righty.
Connection is connecting to connection. Connection is connecting. Yeah, connection is connection no matter what. And when if you're being connected when it's convenient to you, that it is not connection. Yeah. So if it's truly connection, it has to be even when you are not convenient, you receive the this and you see it, then you have to grab it because it's connection. So that's how it
Yeah.
is.
Okay. Are you being used or are you volunteering to always be available? What's your take on that? Is there a situation in your life you can recall that you have been used, or you have been volunteered to always be available? It can be a partner, friend, it can be whomever, a co-worker, or whomever it is. Is there any situation in your life like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of it. Like I told you last year, I mean, let many of them go because I found that I am being used in such a distance, in that space. So I don't have to keep keep pretending again. I have to take action, which is the reason why I cut ties with so many of them last year. So that's it. I realized I was being used. Thank you.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right, very good. All right, so since we are on these, we talk about boundaries, we talk about red flags, we talk about connections and the convenience. We have spoken about a lot of stuff since our discussion. So here's the question I would like to know. How do you know, or can you identify that you're being used in a relationship, or in, any situation that you are in? Can you identify that you are being used? Is it normal to just see with the naked eyes, I'm being used, and yet you just sit in that situation and not try to change it?
There's there's every reason that to know that when you are being used. But in this case, I'll have to let my girl to throw more light on this question. I think she's here, and she's willing to answer something for me.
Okay, thank you. I'd appreciate it. Come on in, my dear. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Yoni.
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
All
I've
right.
been
Thank you
following
so
up.
much for being here.
Thank you. I've been following up silently here, and I like it.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I think I will feel that I'm being used,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm there for people, or when people only approach me at their convenience. When they approach you in case there is a need, you get, in case they have a need, that is when they
Right.
approach you. So I would basically feel used. I would regard a true friend or a true person as somebody who reach out to you, not only in times of them needing something from you, but even just to check on you and say hi. So if it is just on those random days that you call me, hey, I need this, but you've spent like months and months without calling to even check on me, I'll just know you're using me. And I think it's general. It cuts across.
Okay, that is so true. All right, so here's what I would like to ask, and anyone in the on the panel, you can feel free to speak. It's questions for everyone here, so you can feel free to unmute and speak whenever you find it something that you want to participate in. All right, so the thing is, say for example, now you're in a relationship or you're in a friendship, whatever situationship you're in, with a friend, a co-worker, whomever, but you're in this relationship with this person. This person knows you. Do you think that all the time you can identify the red flags as to, oh, this person is using me, this person doesn't care, this person is not there for me when I truly need that person around? How do you identify these flags and red flags, and what's the next move after identifying these red flags? All right. So, okay. So, how do you identify red flags, guys, when you're in a relationship with someone, the friendship or whatever it is, but yet the person just try to take advantage, keep doing stuff, keep doing, and you don't know when to draw the line. You don't know when the red flag is there for you to, oh no, this person is using me, let me go. How do you identify that, and what would you say to a person in a situation like that?
For me, I would identify the red flag from the beginning. from the starting this thing about that's why I mean you're supposed to identify the red flag because
Mm-hmm.
um, it's not right that you'll be into something you don't know where it's going to. I mean, it's leading you. So if you're in a relationship and that relationship is not okay,
Okay.
it will show from the beginning. It's not going to favor you to show from the beginning. Like when you meet someone that
Mm-hmm.
is selfish, what matters to the person is his own welfare. It doesn't care whether you are feeling hot or not. He just do it because he wants to do it. No, you should not tolerate such situation. You have to know it's a red flag, and you know that even if you keep pretending till tomorrow, that person is not going to change. Then what you have to do is just you have to value your own self and excuse yourself from such relationship because it's not going to help you in any way. And I would say that it will start from the beginning. If you meet a new friend today and that person is autocratic, I mean, whatever he says or she says is where it ends. It doesn't give room for your own opinion. You have to know that even if you stay with the person till thy kingdom come, as these are my people know I say it here. When you stay with the person till thy kingdom come, that person is not going to make any space. Is not going to make any change. Then you have to let go. You have to make sure you free yourself from such these shackles of death. Then you have to let it go. That's what I have to say. Um,
Uni,
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Go
can I
ahead.
add something small?
Yes, no problem. Go ahead.
Okay, so personally, I think red flags are red flags depending. Anybody would describe red flags depending on people in the relationship, whether friends or what, because what works for me may not work for the other. What I may
That's true.
consider a red flag, another person would consider a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe what I can talk about is how you can advise somebody
Right.
on how to go about the red flags. If it was me, first
Mm-hmm.
of all, I would like acknowledge the problem. I would identify
Mm-hmm.
maybe the behaviors that are causing me harm, especially
Right.
when it comes to relationship. I would first identify those, and also I would create a safety plan for myself because at the end of the day, let me take an example of somebody that is aggressive. You're not going to just walk out just like that. You have to do it, should I say, wisely, something like that, and also to set boundaries. To set boundaries, boundaries in terms of communication. If you guys have been talking so much, maybe if you start identifying the red flags, you have to tone it down a little. Okay, I think
Right.
that would be me. There are so many that I would talk about, but I think the rest can also talk about others. But all in all, as I
Mm-hmm.
told you, a red flag is defined by the people in the relationship, be it friendship, be it family. So I think everybody might find a way of handling it depending on what works for them.
But do you think the red flags, though, they are easily detected? Do you think that, oh, you can be in a relationship with a person for some years and then you still can't detect these red flags, or you think it is open and person should be able to identify them?
Okay, I think these things come in steps. There are some red
Mm-hmm.
flags that you can actually identify at the start of the relationship. Just like you cannot know the in and out of somebody,
Right.
it's very hard to know everything about the person. It's very, very hard, especially when it comes to relationship. I can
Right.
pretend to be that good girl, but deep
Mm-hmm.
inside me, I have my selfish
That's
interests
true.
towards this person. So I will not say that it is very easy to identify all the red flags, though
Right.
it might be easy to identify some as you walk the journey.
Okay, okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. Because some of the times persons are in relationship, they are unclear as to, and honestly, I wouldn't even say they're unclear of the signs because person will know that these are signs, but they are in denial because the person that they want the man or the female to be, they are just hoping for that version to become in that situation there. So they are not working with what is current. They are trying to, they are hoping for the change to come while they're in the relationship. And what they don't know that persons, if a person truly love them, they will change for them. But if he or she doesn't really love you, they will never change for you. So in order for us to identify these red flags, we have to be able to be vigilant, look and open your eyes and call a spade a spade. Do not sugarcoat, do not say, oh, he's gonna change. It's just because of time. He need more time. He need more this. And if I give him a baby, he's gonna change. No, that will never change him. If that's the person he is or she is, even a baby as this, nothing will change that person. And this is what some of us need to understand and need to know about relationship, be it our friend or our co-worker or whomever the person is. All right, next question. Do you feel drained after dealing with them? And if so, why do they still have access to you? So we are talking about the persons who show up when they feel like or when they need something. So it says, do you feel drained after dealing with them? And if so, why do you still have access or they have access to you? Why is it that they still have access to you, even if they're just there when it comes on to benefit from you? Anyone that's like that would like to share? Unmute and speak.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Right.
I just came in here now. So will you just give me the say the ask the questions again?
Mm-hmm. Do you feel drained after dealing with them? That means the persons who are just there when they need, listen, here's the opportunity to benefit from you. So we are talking about these people. Do you feel drained after dealing with them? And if so, do they still have access to you and why?
Well, the truth of the matter is this. Um, Depends. Somebody might be pretending that he doesn't see the signs when you are being used. Somebody that is being used, you know, you have to know that these people are using me. And when you know that these people are using you, the only thing you have to do is just to, I mean, find your way out of it.
Right.
Secondly, it is very distinct. I mean, it depends so much that you come through for someone, and when it's
Mm-hmm.
your time for that person to come through for you, that person just disappeared.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether the person comes back or he doesn't come back. The truth is that the pen will be there.
Right.
Yeah. For example, for instance, if you have if you if God forbid, if I have an accident today and my friend couldn't show up to console me at that moment because that's
Mm-hmm.
the least from them. It might not be money. It might be physical this thing. I mean, because so if the person couldn't come up, couldn't show up, and you recover. That person is still around. You recover from such situation and see the person tomorrow. Are you going to still take the person the way you took him before? The question is very, big no. So if that person couldn't come through for you that time, it means that that person doesn't have your interest at heart as well, at all. So what you have to do is just to have to be yourself. No matter how you emotional you are, you have to control it, move on and leave those people because that's why I said that anybody that is cheating you doesn't mean well for you, and that person will never do anything that will benefit you in life. It will
Mm-hmm.
never make. You have to just excuse yourself, move on with your life and leave these people. So that's how it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I add in something small, or you
No,
want to move on to the next?
no. Go ahead. You can speak.
Okay, I think so. I would still, okay, I'm not going to speak for myself. I'll
Mm-hmm.
speak for some people that I know.
Right.
You know, you have a friend, they have somebody that clearly just uses them.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend talks about it with you, but at the same time, you still find the same friend with those very people that they claim are using her or him. So some of my friends, I think they fear being alone. You know, there's some people that have that fear of being alone. Whether somebody is bad or good, they would rather they stick to those people than being alone. And then some other people just see it as a need to help. No matter how much you feel used, some people, if they are still in position to help, they will just keep on doing that. Some of
Right.
them it's inbuilt for them to do that. And the reason as to why they do that, they're assuming good intentions towards
Mm-hmm.
towards these people. And
Oh.
some other people are related to background.
Mm-hmm.
The people that grew up feeling maybe
Yeah.
unheard, all those stuff, and for some reasons, even if they feel used, they would rather stick around,
Mm-hmm.
just have somebody to talk to, and feel like that person is hearing them. You get, they feel comfortable knowing that I can talk to somebody, they listen to me, and they help, whether it's in good faith or not.
Right.
So I would still say it depends. And so some other people have that low self-esteem, especially
Mm-hmm.
if somebody might feel like if I send away these people that I feel like they're using me.
Right.
Some people may feel like maybe it is not meant for them to have those genuine relationships, all those things. And these are people that end up settling for less in most
Right.
cases.
That's true.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Settling
Yeah.
for less because they assume no option whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to some it's just normal, just like I earlier stated. To some, it's really, really normal for them to just help, no
Right.
matter the extent of using them. They'll just do that.
Okay. All right. So when we think of relationship these days, and as I say relationship, it's not necessarily about having a partner. We are talking about co-worker. We are talking about persons who you would put in a circle like, oh, these are close people to me. I love them and I care for them. But they only show up when it benefits them. So here we are now talking about, do you think that people, you are afraid of being alone? Most of them, they're afraid of being alone or afraid of finally letting go. That's the reason why they stay in situation because they don't want to choose themselves. Do you think that it's just hard for them to let go and be on their own? Starting over is difficult for them. That's the reason why people just stay in things that are toxic and hurting them. What are your thoughts on that? Let me share a little, should I say, scenario. Say, for example, now you are in, because a lot of women today in society, we accept things that is not right. We are not supposed to accept it because we are saying that, oh, listen, we like this person and we don't want to lose the person. But what we are really in love with is just potential. We are not in love with the true person. We are just, oh, what? Because this is what we hope for him to be. So we are in love with what we hope for that person to be instead of who the person is actually. So that's some of the reason why some people don't want to leave. And sometimes I think people look at relationship like, oh, you might be in this relationship for too long. It's hard for me to leave because of my child, because of this, because of that. So we tend to use these things as barriers instead of us to let go and just do what we have to do. Some of us we are very scared of starting over because we feel like, oh my God, I'm getting older. What am I gonna do? And what's the next move? What's this? I know of a person that is here in America, right? And it's a story, well, real thing. And she's here, but she was back in Jamaica taking care of her child because both of them they have a child together. So she was taking care of her child while the child was in Jamaica. However, the child came to America now and the father take the child. But the thing is, what the father is doing is holding the child over the mother's head because based on immigration status and those things. Oh, listen, I can call whomever the eyes people on you and I can do this and I can do that. Simply because the mother doesn't want to be in a relationship with that father because upon reaching here, she realized that, listen, this man doesn't really care for me. He doesn't really want to be here for me. So she tried to move away from them and want to, take her child with her. So the man now is using the child as, oh, I'm going to send him back to Jamaica because he's not listening to me. He's very disrespectful. All I'm saying is this. Both persons need to come together. Talk about how we can get this child to move from point A to point B in the way that we want it to be. But no, because you're so self-centered and you're telling yourself. So I think that the man is trying to use the child as a weapon against the mother because he knows of the female's situation. So he's trying to use that against them. So in that, while that goes on, it's like the mother was there crying, breaking down, and just going on and on. But the thing about it, what people don't know is even to this immigration thing, there's a lot of way people can get out there because this young man has constantly been hitting the child. He has been doing so much to the child, so the child doesn't want to be around him. So he rather to be with the mother, but the father doesn't want him to be there. He would rather take him back to Jamaica as opposed to giving that child to the mother. So these are some of the situations that we find ourselves in. And if you ask the female, she'll be like, oh no, I didn't see that one coming. But the truth of the matter is the red flags were there, but you ignored them. They were there, but you ignored them. So you feel as if, oh, listen, I'm just gonna accept whatever that comes and I'm gonna make my move now because you realize that you have to change how things are going because it's not going in your favor. So you have to take a stand, decide to stay there for years. Him not trying to get married to you, him not trying to do anything for you, or you're gonna get up, find yourself somewhere else, get a person who truly respects you for who you are and not sit in a relationship where you're feeling as if you are just covered in hate, evil, and just wickedness. So a lot of females go through these things, but all I can say to you guys is that, listen, hold your head high. Teach people to treat you the way you want to be treated. Do not accept mediocre. Do not accept bare minimum from people. Try to let them know that, listen, if you're not giving me this, I am not going to stay here. Because if I stand up for what I believe in, I will get what I want out there. And there are good men and women out there who truly appreciate people for who they are. So therefore, I don't think that accepting just anything is something, oh, okay for you to feel like, oh no, you're not going to even survive. Let me tell you something. I have been through it. I've been, and I'm it's even on my podcast, I'm gonna open up and I'm gonna speak my story because I know my story is gonna help someone out there in the real world. All right. So in closing now, the last question. What boundaries are you avoiding that should change everything in your life right now? Is there any boundaries that you're hiding or that you're avoiding that could change everything in your life right now? Just like the story I just said about the lady and her child. I think that the boundary she was avoiding the boundaries at the beginning stage, but then upon realizing that that makes no sense, she come to herself and try to take a different stand and say, listen, I'm not gonna sit in this anymore. If you don't feel like I'm good enough to be your wife, I'm good enough to be that person, I am gonna go. And when I mean go, I'm leaving. But you have some type of men who they try to use your child over you if you say, oh, I'm going to move or I'm going to choose a different life. They try to use the kids over your head as mothers. So that can be a very hard and terrible thing to go through. But then we still have to stand up and get help that we need. Push yourself out there because your voice matters. Anyone want to say anything in regards to this? Mr. Wiseman, you want to say your final 2 cents? Since,
Um,
okay, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here, and I'll say that you've treated the topic very well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fine. All right. So since you have nothing more to say, this is our closing segment. So let me go ahead and continue. So it says, what boundaries are you avoiding that could change everything in your life right now? Because the truth is, people will continue to show up. Oh, they always have until you have changed what you allow. And not everyone deserves ultimate access to you. This is Yonnie Unfiltered, where we don't avoid the truth, we face it. I'll see you in the next discussion. Thank you so much, everyone who joined me. And I hope that it was well, you would have learned something from this discussion. And I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Wiseman. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Sophie. And I appreciate you all for being here. And for those who came and left, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, everyone. And I hope there is at least a message in this podcast that we would have just done.
heavy, but we steady. Vision sharp, we stay ready. Manifesting bigger rooms, breaking cycles, shifting moons. No more chasing validation.